Brian's Beat.
Right now, we have been talking to you for the past week plus about draining the Massachusetts swamp. As you know, we have our big rally coming up on Friday afternoon, noontime, outside of the very library that we have been talking about for the past half hour or so. Again, that's going to start at noon. Howie's going to kick it off for us. We're going to have many people coming to speak, including Republican state reps Jeff Deal, Shauna O'Connell, Keiko Oro. We have Sheriff Hodgson, and we also have Chip Faulkner, who is the Director of Communications for Citizens for Limited Taxation. And Chip is joining us right now. Good morning, Chip.
Hi, Ryan.
How are you?
A little unsettled because actually I get off the line with a group that called a couple of days ago about a crazy crazy. It's coming out of the State House, which, you know, crazy is normal up there. And a state rep from, I think, Hingham, anyway, his name is Representative Murray. He has made a proposal that we have tolls not just on the Mass Turnpike, but on the other major highways, 93 and 128, 95. I mean, there's 3 or 4 major highways he wants to put tolls on.
I knew it. You know, when this started, I stated right here in the radio, when they take those standards down, now they've got a way to toll every one of the highways here in the Commonwealth.
Yes, and they won't even have to construct tolls.
Unbelievable.
In fact,
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
2 weeks ago, I was on the Pike for the first time in probably 3 years, and I noticed there were no tolls anywhere until a week later when I got a bill in the mail from the state for $3.50 saying I had traveled the Mass Turnpike on such and such a date. Please pay with this check. And I guess they have these things that catch your license plates. And
so how far did you travel?
Probably not total more than maybe 30 or 40 miles on the Pike.
From where to where?
Well, I went from Attleboro, and I caught 495, and then I had to go out to almost Worcester. And the total number of mileage, I'm not sure, but...
You know, if you think about where the tolls used to be, you got on at 495.
Yep.
And where did you go to? Where would have been the original exit?
Oh, boy. It was south of Worcester because I had to get to Charlton, which is about 20 miles south of Worcester. But it was somewhere in that area.
Sturbridge?
Yeah, maybe.
And it was $3 and change.
Yeah, $3.50, I think.
And was there a return trip?
Yeah, I took a return trip, but it was mostly not on the Pike. Although I did retract some of my...
So does that include both trips? It might have been a total of
100 and a quarter by the time I was through.
So it includes both trips, that one fee?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, I'm trying to gauge if you ended up paying more or less.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know we have one of the more expensive turnpikes in the country. I know the New York State Thruway is very expensive, but... And then, of course, the gas tax repeal people, they pointed out that we had some of the highest administrative costs on state highways. And, we were among the highest in the country.
Interesting.
And then on maintenance of the highways was very high. You had all those payroll patriots that probably packed the Department of Transportation who are getting paid and probably don't lift a brick on the highway. So
the bill, do we have a bill number?
I didn't see one. I think it was just a proposal. I might have filed a bill, but some of the bills that we've filed or proposals we have, they haven't got a bill number yet.
So what bills have you filed?
We filed about 6, and a couple of them were pretty obvious. Like we want to get the sales tax rate down to 5%. We want to get the state income tax rate back to the old rate of 5%. There's a bill that Shauna O'Connell filed, the Republican state rep from Taunton, and she wants to restrict out-of-state spending on EBT cards. So we filed onto that bill, too.
Out-of-state spending on EBT cards.
What's that?
out-of-state spending on EBT cards.
She wants to restrict that, and you haven't got the details on the bill, but that's the gist of the bill. And she's done super work on that.
She's going to be at Drain the Swamp.
Oh,
yeah, Drain the Massachusetts
fantastic.
Swamp. And she's talking on Barry's show today in regards to that whole EBT card thing. It was brought to my attention to make sure that folks don't use their EBT card to go out and buy marijuana.
Yes. Yeah.
But, the honest answer to that, if you've got cash on your EBT card that you can use as cash, it doesn't stop you from going to the ATM and pulling out the cash and then going in and buying your marijuana.
Yeah.
So I understand the intent, and I agree with the intent, but when you think about it, where will it all end? So what are you going to talk about? You brought up a couple of things. I hope you bring these up on Friday.
Oh, absolutely. And the general fever, I guess you would call it, for more taxes. I remember DeLeo last year saying no new taxes, but this year he seems to have got an epiphany that somehow we need more money. Meanwhile, the state is filing, or Charlie Baker is filing, a $40 billion state budget. And they don't lack for revenues, as we all know. They always say, oh, geez, we don't have enough money. You've got enough money. You just don't have any restraint on spending. That's the problem.
You got that right. All right, great. I look forward to seeing you on Friday.
I think it'll be a great time.
I think we're going to have an excellent time. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, Chip Faulkner, Director of Communications for Citizens for Limited Taxation, joining us on Brian's Beat today.
Brian's Beat.